just want to explain that the reason why our meeting starts at 7:30, it's our organizational meeting, and according to our charter that was created for this period of time, it was back in 1961 that they decided that the organizational meeting will take place at 7:30 instead of at 7. So it's always been a question that everyone always has. A lot of people show up at 7 thinking that the meeting starts at 7. But we will begin our business meeting as soon as we're done with the organizational. Usually there's some traditional pictures that are taken too. So I believe it is 7:30, so we will begin our meeting, our organizational meeting. The organizational meeting of the City of Battle Creek and the Battle Creek City Commission for November 26, 2024 is hereby called to order. Clerk Hauser.
Commissioner Kotarski-Smith.
Here.
Commissioner Lacoste.
Here.
Commissioner Lance.
Here.
Commissioner Morris.
Here.
Mayor Banky.
Here.
Commissioner O'Donnell.
Here.
Commissioner Reynolds.
Present.
Commissioner Simmons.
Here.
And Vice Mayor Sophia. or
Here.
Commissioner Sophia, sorry.
Now, if I'm on the right sheet, Clerk, I believe you're next.
I am next. So we have the report of the canvassers. So we'll start the meeting with that, and then we'll follow that with the oaths of office. So the Calhoun County Board of Canvassers report the following candidates have been elected mayor, at-large, and ward city commissioners, all elected for 2-year terms at the November 5th, 2024 city election. It is now our pleasure to present the certificate of election to each commissioner, which I have placed the certificates at your desk. So Mayor Mark A. Banky, having received 14,467 votes. At-large City Commissioner Carla C. Reynolds, having received 9,822 votes. At-large City Commissioner Sherry L. Sophia, having received 8,150 votes. At-large City Commissioner Paige Kotarski-Smith, having received 7,322 votes. Ward 1 City Commissioner Jessica Lacoste, having received 1,528 votes. Ward 2 City Commissioner Janesha Morris, having received 1,580 votes. Ward 3 City Commissioner Patrick O'Donnell, having received 1,384 votes. And Ward 4 City Commissioner Christopher C. Simmons, having received 3,285 votes. And Ward 5 City Commissioner Jim Lance, having received 3,508 votes. So what I'll do at this time is I will go ahead and I'll start with the oath of office. I'm going to start with the mayor, and then we'll do the commissioners after that. Mayor, you raise your right hand and repeat after me. I solemnly swear or affirm
I solemnly swear or affirm
that in my candidacy for nomination and election,
that in my candidacy for nomination and election,
I did not violate any provisions
I did not violate any provisions
of the general election laws of the state,
of the general election laws of the state,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Michigan,
the Constitution of the State of Michigan,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
of the office of mayor
of the office of mayor
for the city of Battle Creek
for the city of Battle Creek
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability. Thank you.
Now I can have all of the commissioners go ahead and stand. And then please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I solemnly swear or affirm
I solemnly swear or affirm
that in my candidacy for nomination and election,
that in my candidacy for nomination and election,
I did not violate any provisions
I did not violate any provisions
of the general election laws of the state,
of the general election laws of the state,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Michigan,
the Constitution of the State of Michigan,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and I will faithfully discharge the duties
of the office of City Commissioner
of the office of City Commissioner
for the city of Battle Creek
for the city of Battle Creek
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
business now before us is the method of election of the vice mayor. How does the commission wish to conduct these elections? Commissioner O'Donnell.
Mr. Mayor, I would like to move that the election of vice mayor be conducted by nomination and a roll call vote called in the random order by lot.
It's been moved and supported to conduct the election and nomination and a roll call vote called in random order by lot. Is there any discussion on this motion? Seeing none, would the commission please vote with your name is called?
Commissioner Kotarski-Smith.
I vote for Sophia.
Well, first, we're going to vote on the procedure. So just a simple yes or no.
Oh, yes.
Thank you. Commissioner Lacoste?
Yes.
Commissioner Lance?
Yes.
Commissioner Morris?
Yes.
Mayor Banky?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Donnell?
Yes.
Commissioner Reynolds?
Yes.
Commissioner Simmons?
Yes.
And Commissioner Sophia?
Yes.
Thank you.
The next order of business before us is the election of a vice mayor. Nominations are now open for the office of vice mayor. Please note, there is no need to second the nomination. Commissioner Simmons.
I nominate Commissioner Sherry Sophia.
Commissioner Simmons has placed on the slate for the office of vice mayor Commissioner Sherry Sophia. Are there any other further nominations? Are there any other further nominations? Seeing none, Commissioner Sherry Sophia has been placed on the slate for the office of vice mayor. There being no more nominations, nominations are closed. We have one nominee on the floor for the office of vice mayor. At this time, would Clerk Hauser please call roll in random order by lot? As you hear your name, would you please state yes or no for Commissioner Sherry Sophia for the office of vice mayor?
Commissioner Lacoste?
Yes.
Mayor Banky?
Yes.
Commissioner Simmons?
Yes.
Commissioner Sophia?
Yes.
Commissioner Kotarski-Smith?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Donnell?
Yes.
Commissioner Reynolds?
Yes.
Commissioner Lance?
Yes.
And Commissioner Morris?
Yes.
Thank you.
Congratulations to our new vice mayor and former vice mayor Sherry Sophia. Next item on our agenda is the setting the city commission meeting schedule for the forthcoming year.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to move that the Battle Creek City Commission meet at 7 p.m. in the City Commission chambers at City Hall on the first and third Tuesday of each month, beginning December 3rd, pursuant to the City Ordinance 212.04D, with the following exceptions: April 1st of 2025 and the April 8th, 2025, due to spring break.
Thank you, Commissioner O'Donnell. Is there support?
Support.
Thank you, Commissioner Morris, for the support.
Got one more thing, the clerk.
So the exception is that the April 1st, 2025 meeting is changed to the date of April 8th, 2025 because of spring break. Okay.
Thank you for the clarification.
Sure.
It has been moved and supported that the Battle Creek City Commission meet at 7 p.m. in the City Commission chambers at the City Hall on the first and third Tuesday of each month, beginning December 3rd, 2024, with the following exception: the April 1st, 2025 meeting changed to April 8th due to spring break. Is there any discussion on this motion? If not, commissioners, would you please vote? I believe the clerk will call your name.
Commissioner Lacoste?
Yes.
Commissioner Lance?
Yes.
Commissioner Morris?
Yes.
Mayor Banky?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Donnell?
Yes.
Commissioner Reynolds?
Yes.
Commissioner Simmons?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sophia?
Yes.
And Commissioner Kotarski-Smith?
Yes.
Thank you.
That has been approved. We are now going to adjourn our organizational meeting and do some rearranging for about 5 minutes. You are free to take pictures if you would like.
Excuse me.
And then we will go directly into our regular meeting, so this will be an opportunity for you to congratulate our new commissioners and our new vice mayor. As a reminder to commissioners, several documents will need to be signed this evening for submission to City Hall.
Mayor.
Mayor, we need to do public comment before we close.
Thank you very much. This organizational meeting is not adjourned. Okay, is there any public comment? Is there any public comment? Yes, in the back row.
Good evening, Autumn Smith, Battle Creek. Congratulations to all of you that won your election, re-election, vice mayor, same regular mayor, whatever you want to entitle that. I sincerely hope that this is a new chapter and that we won't continue to see some of the rubber stamping, same behaviors that we've seen with previous commissions thus far. I sincerely hope that there'll be more discussions on certain pertinent issues rather than, again, rubber stamping issues that may be of some significance, whether it's your ward, it's our community. So again, congratulations. I look forward to seeing hopefully some more better positive changes in a different direction and some more fiscally responsible decisions rather than taxing us to death and continuing the cost increase on top of cost increase on top of cost increase. Thank you.
Are there any other public comments at this time? Yes, David?
Once we have we've all made it back. We got two new ones up here. I met our ward one, met her once. I don't know this other lady yet. But I wish we have a good fiscal commission, and I hope we go to a good liberal direction. Thank you.
Thank you, David, for your comment. Any other comments at this time? Yes.
Thank you for recognizing me, Mr. Mayor. Kathy Antea, Battle Creek, Park Ridge. So welcome back. And I too hope that this is a new chapter and that we indeed are making fiscally responsible decisions, which I don't always agree with y'all, but I agree that you seem to be looking out for the city, and I appreciate that. And one final comment that I would like you to remember is that you aren't just elected by the people, or you aren't just representing the people who have voted for you, but you are representing all of the people in the city of Battle Creek. And I have to remind you that there are a significant number of marginalized and unhoused people that you are also representing. And I want you to think about that every time you make a decision. It's how that might affect those people as well. Those of us who have the least amount. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kathy. Are there any other public comments? Seeing none, we're going to adjourn our meeting. We'll start our next meeting, our business meeting, in about 5 minutes. Thank you. We're going to take a group photo now.
I think they're getting ready to start the meeting.
Oh, do you got logged in?
I did. And realized what I was doing wrong. There was a couple of things.
Okay.
Sit here. Thank you for being here at the City of Battle Creek and the Battle Creek City Commission meeting for November 26, 2024. It's 7:56 right now. We're going to stand for a moment of silence, and then we're going to have a pledge of allegiance by our re-elected Vice Mayor, Sherry Sophia. So if you could please stand for a moment of silence and then our pledge. Vice Mayor Sherry Sophia.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. Next item on our agenda is roll call. Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Kotarski-Smith.
Here.
Commissioner Lacoste.
Here.
Commissioner Lance.
Here.
Commissioner Morris.
Here.
Mayor Banky.
Here.
Commissioner O'Donnell.
Here.
Commissioner Reynolds.
Present.
Commissioner Simmons.
Here.
And Vice Mayor Sophia.
Here.
Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Next item on our agenda is some proclamations, and we have some beautiful Battle Creek awards. And is our city manager going to do that for her? Thanks.
Okay, first we have from NPC 1 Ward 2, Yvonne Powell from 341 Main Street.
Come on down. And we have the Ward 1 Commissioner?
Ward 2.
Ward 2, excuse me. Commissioner Morris. Hi. Congratulations. Each month, we do our best to have beautiful Battle Creek Awards. This provides an opportunity to recognize individuals in our community that go above and beyond. And we really feel by the recognizing of our neighbors, it gives an incentives for other people to do the same thing. So we want to thank you and recognize you today. Is there anything you'd like to share with the people of Battle Creek about the work that you did on your home?
Well, it's just a work in progress, so there'll be more hopefully next year.
Well, thank you very much, and thank you for coming down tonight. I know you're busy. Yep, thank you.
Next, Mayor, we have from NPC 5 Ward 1, Rick and Leona Parrish from 128 Dunning Avenue. So that would be Ward 1.
Congratulations. Thank you. Now, are both of you going to speak about the hard work that you put in on your home? Well, this is your Ward 1 Commissioner, and she was just elected this month.
Should be right there.
Well, we need to have some information. You need to tell us what you've done.
Then they get photo opportunities.
The property was his mother's property since '72, and so she passed away in 2012. We decided to acquire the home from the family, and we did a lot of renovations. We put on an addition, a 3-car garage, and also a metal roof, and a lot of wood work, and replacement of some windows, and yard landscaping, things like that. But whenever you're a homeowner, you always have work that you come up and you get ideas, and you just go with it. So, but we're happy to receive this from the Neighborhood Planning Council of Urbandale, and think that it's a wonderful thing that the city does this for the neighbors.
Thank you very much, and we congratulate you, and we encourage you to do more. God bless you. Thanks.
If they looked familiar to you, Leona is a retiree, but I bet you can't guess whose mother she is.
Marcy.
Marcy, look just
Marcy,
like
oh my God.
like her.
Well, good.
Yeah.
Congratulations. That is so nice.
Next up is NPC 2 Ward 2 in Washington Heights, 26 West Roosevelt Avenue. Oh, Commissioner Morris, I don't see anyone. Would you like to?
Yes.
Okay, there you go.
And Pastor French wasn't able to join tonight, so she asked if I could accept this on her behalf.
Do you know anything about the house?
Did you want to say something?
This is the house on Roosevelt. Yeah, it is Pastor French's house. Yeah, so congratulations for this beautiful Battle Creek Award, and we're presented to her at the next NPC 2 meeting. Thank you.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Last one, Mayor, is NPC 11 Ward 4, the Finley's Grill and Smokehouse at 140 East Columbia.
Well, we'll get that to the Finley's Smokehouse, you said? Mm-hmm. We'll get that to them. All right. I believe we have one proclamation.
Oh,
Might be at the bottom.
which one?
Deanna, do you want to come up with some of the members of the Pride organization? And Kathy, if you want to join us too, you can. I thank you very much for, number one, requesting this. Would anyone like to speak a little bit about this subject and before we present the proclamation?
So really, I want to thank Pam for spearheading this year for our World AIDS Day celebration. And I don't know if celebration is really the right word, probably more of a remembrance and just an honoring on December 1st. It's been quite a few years since we've had a program of any kind, and it's been a few years since we've done a proclamation. And Pam took the lead this year in putting together a program that will be happening at our resource center on December 1st, and I'll let her speak a little bit to that for anybody that would like to come and attend, and reached out to the city to do the proclamation, so thank you for that. You've done a fantastic job, and I appreciate that very much, and so does the rest of the board of Battle Creek Pride. This is Kim Langridge, one of our other board members, as she likes to say it, the best immediate past president ever in competition with Charlie Fulbright. And Pam is one of our current board members as well. So I'll let you say something, Pam, if you'd like to.
So Sunday, December 1st, World AIDS Day, from 3 to 4 p.m. we're offering a health expo with HIV testing, Mpox testing. The health department will be there with COVID and flu vaccines. Bronson, a lot of health partners will be there. And then from 4 to 6, our focus will go to World AIDS Day, opening with the mayor and some speakers. And we just hope you guys decide to join us.
Well, I want to thank you very much for bringing this to my attention so that we could get it on the agenda. Anytime that we can serve as an educational process for the people of Battle Creek, I firmly believe that we're helping get the word out on subjects such as this. So I look forward to being there. I'll make sure my assistant has that date, and I'll be there on that Sunday. Could we have a picture of the 3 of us holding? 4 of us. Thank you. Thank you very much. Is there anything else to say?
I brought some.
For the,
some
okay.
ribbons.
I will get
for
those
the
passed
day
out.
to draw
Right.
the commissioners.
Thank you very much. That was
So
very
what
kind
else?
of you. Thanks.
Thank you.
I'm going to give them to the clerk and then she'll get them.
Still wanted to vote for you. That's why I left it there.
Thank you, City Manager. Appreciate your help. Sure. Next item on our agenda is a presentation by Aaron Kuhn. Rebecca, would you like to say anything?
Yes, sure. It's always a good time when we ask Aaron to come and talk about our interim financial statements. We find it exciting. We hope you do as well. So he's going to be talking about the period that ended September 30th, 2024. Aaron.
Thanks, Rebecca. Thank you, Mayor, Vice Mayor, and Commissioners, for the opportunity to present and discuss with you the interim financial statements for the 3 months ended September 30th, 2024. PDF of my report was attached to your agenda. This report highlights the general fund, but also presents the major and local street funds and the water and sewer funds. As I do a few more of these, I'll probably sound like a broken record about the financial position of the general fund early in the year. Don't get excited about the bottom line number. All of the city's property taxes billed in the first and second quarters of the year, and the revenue is recorded. That makes things look very rosy about this time of year. It also makes the 25% mark, since we're a quarter of the way through the year, a little bit more difficult to benchmark. Still fair measure for some light items, but income tax revenues have increased rather significantly compared to the same 3-month period a year ago. It's a 20.6% increase. We continue to monitor this closely. We have a number of local employers who continue to utilize both remote and hybrid work options. Income tax as a whole in the city of Battle Creek has been a little bit difficult to estimate over the last 4.5 years. So the narrative report shows the details by our revenue category by personal and partnership and corporate and refunds. Property tax and income tax revenues both experienced approximately $600,000 increases year over year, while state revenue sharing remained roughly flat. Recreation revenues are down slightly from the same time period a year ago, but they still sit at 38.4% of the budget through the first quarter, so we're pleased about that. Excluding property taxes, the remainder of our revenue is at 24.4% of the budget and is a decrease of about 4.9% over the same period 1 year ago. This is due in large part to the recognition of the Protect My Pension Grant revenue that was recorded in September of last year. The city was awarded a grant through the state, $5.1 million to help our pension system. Included in this narrative report are several charts comparing revenues and expenditures to the prior year for the general fund, major and local streets, and water and sewer funds. Water and sewer expenditures decreased, revenues decreased dramatically over the prior year based on the receipt of that pension grant revenue that I was just talking about. The major street fund experienced an increase in Act 51 revenue. The local street fund revenues decreased due to how internal transfers were recorded from year to year. And major and local street expenditures are through September 30th of 24 at 12.19% and 20.56% of budget respectively. Happy to answer any questions if there are any.
Any questions for Aaron? Aaron, I think you've done a very good job. There are no questions.
Thanks, Mayor.
See you in a couple of months. Next item on our agenda is the chair noting any added or deleted resolutions, Madam Clerk.
There were none.
Thank you very much. Next item on our agenda is petitions, communications, and reports.
There were none.
All right, and I just want to make sure that all the commissioners realize that we're having a software problem with our program that calculates the votes. So unfortunately tonight we will not be able to electronically vote, and our clerk will call your name and ask for your vote for each item on the agenda. Next item on our agenda is public comment regarding any specific agenda item. If you'd like to make a public comment regarding any specific agenda item, please raise your hand and we will acknowledge you to come forward to the podium. You will have 4 minutes to make your comments. Please state your name and address before beginning your comment and indicate which agenda item you are speaking to. Are there any public comments at this time? Yes, Joe, and then Jill.
Joe Harris, Battle Creek. I am talking about resolution number 11. It says a resolution requesting authorization for an annual payment to former city attorney Jill Steele in the amount of $2,400 in lieu of maintaining retiree health benefits. Just to tell you as an everyday citizen, I'm against this, and let me explain this and put it in everyday terminology. If I go to work at my workplace and I, retire, and I come to them and say, hey, you know what, I didn't put, my money in this particular spot. I would like to do it this way. And they're like, well, no, you had to have done this, 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 and this. Sorry, it's just, you can't go outside of what the policy states. And I think it would behoove the commission to make the decision based upon that is policy. They don't qualify for it. That's just it. I don't know of any one person probably in this room working an everyday job that would be able to do this and come back to their leadership and say, hey, I would like to, even though I don't qualify for it, I would like to do this and get this amount of money. That makes no sense, especially at the taxpayer's expense. I disagree with it, and I just wanted to let the commission know that, so thank you.
Thank you very much. Jill?
Good evening. Congratulations to all of you on your election. Jill Steele. I've already provided the clerk with my address, and I'm speaking to Reso 11. I retired as city attorney August 1st. Last March, I spoke with a city HR generalist about my planned retirement and first learned of an unwritten practice for non-rep employees regarding the $200 monthly stipend to city retirees to help offset the cost of health insurance premiums. which was that you only receive it if you use the city's retiree insurance. To be clear, if I were using the city's retiree insurance, I would be entitled to $200 monthly stipend without a resolution or any city commission action. But because I'm saving the city money by using my husband's retiree insurance, the unwritten policy deems me not entitled to it. This didn't seem to make sense to me because it seemed to disincentivize saving the city money because the city's self-insured, meaning that the city pays for any covered health insurance, any covered health care coverage once you exceed your deductible. Reso 23 from December 17th of 2019 regarding managing retiree health care costs has 3 relevant provisions. First, encourage retirees to use health plans of current employers if available, and spouses of retirees to use benefits from their employer if available. 2, examine the opportunity of the MERS exchange for retiree health care offerings to facilitate the elimination of the ability for retirees to purchase health insurance from the city. 3, eliminate the stipend towards retiree health insurance for non-represented new hire employees. The resolution doesn't state that non-rep retirees not using the city's insurance aren't entitled to the monthly stipend. As encouraged to do so by that resolution, I'm using my husband's retiree health insurance. Soon after learning of this unwritten practice, I spoke to the vice mayor stating I wanted to pursue receiving this stipend, especially since it would save the city money if I were to use my husband's insurance. I subsequently had a conversation about it among myself, Rebecca, the mayor, and the vice mayor. Since there was no written policy and no resolution addressed it, the discussion became about what the mechanics would be to receive it. Apparently, the reasoning behind this practice was one of ease, that the $200 was deducted from the monthly premium bill sent to the retirees versus having to cut a check. As I checked in periodically with Rebecca and the HR director about where things stood, they ultimately indicated that the city's outside counsel for employment law opined that a resolution would be required. I also learned that although former city manager Wayne Wiley didn't use the city's retiree insurance, he still receives the monthly stipend. In addition, a deviation was made for former city manager Ken Tushiyama in Resolution 93 in February of 2014. In it, he had asked for and was granted a city credit of 50% of retiree health insurance premiums for him and his dependents, a cost far above $200 a month. I haven't signed the form agreeing not to use the city's retiree health insurance and theoretically could switch to it in open enrollment and then be qualified to receive the stipend, but significantly increasing the cost to the city since it's self-insured. I respectfully ask to receive the similar consideration granted to fellow commissioner appointees, Mr. Wiley and Tushiyama, upon their retirement. Thank you.
Thank you, Jill, very much. Are there any other public comments at this time? Yes. Autumn Smith.
I too am speaking into Resolution 11. I sell insurance, so I totally understand the cost of deductibles and premiums and so on and so forth. Jill Steele, by her own admission, admitted she does not qualify for this. She is asking for an exception, and just because we've done it way back with Wayne Wiley and Ken Tushiyama doesn't make it right. And that's going to maybe that you guys think it sets a precedent. If we're going to make a habit of violating our own policies, why do we have policies on the book in the first place? I'm going to rewind and go back about 10 years ago when we were looking for a new city manager, and Rebecca Fleury's name was on the, her name was in the hat, and Susan Betzel's was also on the list. And Susan Betzel basically lost the city manager position because she was caught lying and had to backtrack and admit that, yes, we the city do not follow our own policies. Now, we as citizens are coming to you guys are leadership, and you guys are here to set an example. We have rules, ordinances, and laws. We have to follow them. What is the incentive of us to follow any rules, ordinances, and laws if you guys are going to pass, if you guys are going to sit here and make little loopholes and exceptions? I'm sorry that Jill Steele opted out. That was her choice. We also broke another rule. She cited Mr. Tushiyama previously when he was getting a evaluation, and the bare minimum was, I think, in order to get a pay raise, he had to get like a 2.6 or something like that, which is the equivalent of a D if you're looking on a letter grading scale. He didn't get it, and the commission went ahead and gave him the raise anyways, which further padded his pension, further, took money out of the taxpayers and stuff. This is going to amount to not only $2,400 right now, it's going to amount to $70,000 over the lifetime. This isn't like we're cutting her a $2,400 check and saying, here, take care of your premiums for this year. This is going to be lifetime, people. And why do we have policies if we're not going to follow them? We need to start sticking to the policy. Sorry, Ms. Steele, you opted out to use your husband's insurance. You don't get to pick and choose that I want my husband's insurance, but I want the benefit of the stipend from the city. It shouldn't be 1 foot in here, 1 foot in here, please give me a pass. That's wrong. Like I said, I sell insurance. People are struggling to pay their premiums. It's hard. It's really, really hard. If she wants money to pay her premiums or whatever, she can go get write-offs from health insurance, health companies and things like that. If she goes to Bronson Battle Creek, she can apply for financial assistance. I highly doubt she would qualify it with the large pension that she receives, but there's other venues than to continue to come and ask for us to continue to violate our policies. You guys have the opportunity to set an example as a new commission and say, we're done. We may have done that in the past for 1 or 2 other people. Perhaps, that doesn't make it right. If you continue to do it, it becomes a habit, and you guys are just basically throwing the policy, saying, we have this policy, but we're not going to follow it. That's a bad example to set as leaders. It doesn't make me want to follow anything you guys do. If you guys are, oh well, lead by example. She doesn't qualify by her own admission. Don't pass this. This is wrong, and it's going to cost us taxpayers $70,000. She could have opted in. She chose not to. She has to pay the consequences. Thank you.
Are there any other public comments at this time? Yes, John Kennefick.
John Kennefick, 234 South Avenue. I'm here to talk about 3 different resolutions. The first one will be 11. I am targeting 2 types of people. First, I'm targeting any of the citizens of Battle Creek and the 2 new commissioners. These words are for you. First, Jill Steele did not maintain in what she wanted to do. She admitted that openly. But I'm going to go beyond that right now. Not long before you 2 got here, the City Commission approved a $28 million loan, which is in process right now. They haven't processed, they have to have the thing printed in the paper and any objections. $2.8 million, excuse me, $28 million. There will be $20 million in interest on that. Jill Steele wants to get paid somewhere around the neighborhood of $70,000. She had a contract. She agreed to the contract and she failed in it. Now, I'm going to go to resolution number 14. They're going to do some repairs of lighting inside the city of Battle Creek, from the attorney's office to the purchasing office. It's $115,852. Don't you think we should take the $70,000 for Jill Steele and the $115,852 and put it into a capital improvement fund for the fire department and remove the loan that you already set in motion, so that we don't have to have a loan? We can put the money aside for the next year, fix the fire stations, and save $20 million in interest. 3, we've got a repair of the parks in Battle Creek. Total of the repairs of the 3 parks is $334,035. If you add that to the $2 million that was already spent for Claude Evans Park, you had a savings that could have gone into a capital improvement fund for the fire department of $2,519,887. 1/10 of the loan, and on your way to paying it off without taking out a loan. One of the reasons why you took out the loan is for the last 20 plus years, the city government and the city commission were fully aware of the problems with the fire department and kicked the can down the road intentionally. What were they doing in that time period in between? They were raiding the public treasury on non-essential services. Not police department, not fire department, not street department, not sewer department, not water department. All the little excesses, they always got the priorities to, endangering the situation and causing this problem in the first place. The reason why you're here right now is because you can vote on this because you've got a $28 million loan that they're inflicting on the citizens of Battle Creek when they could have avoided it beginning 20 or 30 years ago, but they did not want to. They did it for the police station, they did it for this building. They're taking all the things that are non-essential, making sure they get paid, and then make sure that the essential services go critical, and then we'll just take a loan out and stick it to the taxpayers and mortgage their lives. I suggest you vote against 11, 14, and 15, or you're going to be just like the city commission that you're sitting next to. Is that really what you want to do? Is that how the citizens of Battle Creek want to be represented? Mortgaging their lives? There are other loans that are out there, too, that are being inflicted by the citizens, especially field services, Department of Public Works. You should check into that. Thank you.
Are there any other public comments at this time? Seeing none, commission comment regarding meeting business? Nope. Let's go to introduction of ordinance. Madam Clerk, when you're ready.
The city's SEIU bargaining unit recently negotiated an increase in longevity payments, moving from $375, $500, and $1,000 to $500, $800, and $1,200. In order to encourage retention of non-rep employees and internal promotional moves into non-rep positions by other city employees, the ordinance establishing the longevity plan for non-rep employees needs to be amended to have the non-rep longevity payments match those negotiated for by the SEIU bargaining unit. This proposed ordinance number 18-2024 would amend section 290.07 longevity plan of the Battle Creek Code of Ordinances.
I move for the adoption of ordinance 18-2024.
Support.
Been moved and supported to introduce ordinance 18-2024. Are there any commission comments on this? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, will you call the roll?
Commissioner Lacoste?
Yes.
Commissioner Lance?
Yes.
Commissioner Morris?
Yes.
Mayor Banky?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Donnell?
Yes.
Commissioner Reynolds?
Yes.
Commissioner Simmons?
Yes.
Mayor Sophia?
Yes.
And Commissioner Kotarski-Smith?
Yes.
Thank you.
The introduction of ordinance 18-2024 has been introduced. Next item on our agenda is the commission comment regarding meeting business.
I move for the approval of the consent agenda.
Support.
Been moved and supported to approve the consent agenda. Is there any questions or any comments or any clarifications needed by the commission on the consent agenda? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, will you call the roll?
Commissioner Lance?
Yes.
Commissioner Morris?
Yes.
Mayor Banky?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Donnell?
Yes.
Commissioner Reynolds?
Yes.
Commissioner Simmons?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sophia?
Yes.
Commissioner Kotarski-Smith?
Yes.
Commissioner Lacoste?
Yes.
Thank you.
The consent agenda has been approved. Next item on the agenda is Resolution 11. Madam Clerk?
The city provides eligible retirees a $200 monthly stipend towards medical insurance during retirement and for the life of the retiree if the employee enrolls in the city's retiree health care plan. In lieu of electing to enroll in the city's retiree health care plan, former city attorney Jill Steele is asking for an exception so she can receive the $200 monthly stipend. If granted, this exception would allow for an annual payment of $2,400 to Jill Steele for the remainder of her life. This resolution requests authorization for an annual payment to former city attorney Jill Steele in the amount of $2,400 in lieu of maintaining retiree health benefits for the remainder of her life at an estimated cost of $70,000.
I move for the approval of Resolution 11.
Support.
It's been moved and supported to approve Resolution 11. Are there any comments by the commission? Commissioner Morris.
Thank you, Mayor. I will not be voting in support of this tonight. I would support us as a commission having a discussion to move forward and create policy around this, but there is no existing policy for this kind of carve-out, and I just don't feel comfortable voting yes on this.
Thank you for your comment. Any other? Commissioner Simmons.
So, Jill, I believe she stepped out, but she made a valid point that she's actually saving the city money if she forgoes our insurance and takes the stipend. Problem with that is not offered to any other of our non-represented city employees. I asked the city manager earlier this week, and she provided some great information about some of the things that happened in the past with former city managers, Wayne Wiley and Ken Tushiyama, and that was under a completely different plan at the time, the whole 50% coverage at the time. The plan that we have now is you take the city's insurance and we give you $200 to help with that. Again, Jill, valid point, could save the city money by doing that, and so Commissioner Morris, I 100% agree. Maybe we need to have that conversation. But if we're not able to offer this to all of our other non-represented employees, which the city manager did explain to me would be let me see if I got this number right, a $27.432 million liability. That's a considerable liability, so I don't think we want to go down that road, so I won't be supporting this either.
Any other comments by the commission? I, too, am a little skeptical about this. I know the numbers that Chris Simmons just brought to our attention is a very large number also. Out of the 60 people that are currently unrepresented, I don't know if that's the proper terminology, a few of them have contacted me over the weekend, and they were concerned about this. I want to do what's right for the entire organization, and as much as I appreciate what Jill has done, I just really feel that we are slighting the rest of the group of retirees if we give that. I wish there was something that we could do. I believe that Jill has done a very good job for us. However, this wasn't in her contract or her settlement when it came time to retire. Are there any other commission comments? Commissioner?
I just had a question on how Joe brought it up earlier, but the $200 that is being paid, it's just to cover the premiums, and so we cover that without writing a check, like she said earlier, correct? Is that because it's a high deductible plan? I mean, there's a lot of that going on. It covers, is that what the city's doing? Is that, because it's like, I just say my company has a high deductible plan, and they put $200 in an HSA account for those people that take that account. I just wanted to know exactly what type of insurance we have for this.
Okay, so there's a couple of things going on with what you just said.
Yes.
It is correct that for eligible non-rep employees, you get the $200 stipend that goes towards your premium of a city healthcare plan, and there's a couple of options for retirees to select. You were asking about a high deductible plan. All of the city's plans are high deductible, but we don't contribute anything to HSAs. And a limiting factor there is that the state of Michigan passed PA 152, which caps the amount of money that public employers can provide to their employees. So the city of Battle Creek has opted the 80-20. So we cannot pay any more than 80% towards any employee's insurance. And that's what is indicated in all our collective bargaining agreements as well.
And that's for people who take the plan from the city, correct? They get that?
The $200.
Okay, that answers everything that's being talked about here. Thank you.
Did
I also agree maybe we need to look into further changing this plan, but thank you for the information.
Any other comments? Seeing none, would you please call the roll, Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Morris?
No.
Mayor Banky?
No.
Commissioner O'Donnell?
No.
Commissioner Reynolds?
No.
Commissioner Simmons?
No.
Vice Mayor Sophia?
No.
Commissioner Kotarski-Smith?
No.
Commissioner Lacoste?
No.
And Commissioner Lance?
Nope.
Thank you.
Resolution's been defeated. Next item on our agenda is Resolution 12.
In 2016, the City of Battle Creek entered into a lease agreement with Kids Campus to provide childcare services at the Valentine Center at Irving Park. At the end of 2023, the owner and operator of Kids Campus passed away, ceasing all childcare operations at the Valentine Center. In order to continue to take actions that support childcare operations and ensure the facility remains occupied and maintained, the city began the process of finding a new childcare operator and entering into a new lease agreement. An RFP was issued in April of 2024. The RFP yielded 4 applicants. These applicants participated in an interview with a selection committee comprised of an IFF representative, a Calhoun County ISD representative, a Chamber of Commerce representative, and a Pulse representative. Of the 4 applicants, 2 rose to the top and had nearly identical scores from the selection committee. The selection committee proposed that the city meet with the top 2 applicants to help inform a decision moving forward. The city manager and an IFF representative met with the 2 top applicants and made a recommendation to move Garden of Dreams Preschool to the City Commission to enter into a lease agreement. This resolution seeks authorization for the city manager to enter into a lease agreement as approved by the city attorney for the Valentine Center at Irving Park with Garden of Dreams Preschool.
I move for the approval of Resolution 12.
Support.
It's been moved and supported to approve Resolution 12. Are there any comments by the commission? Seeing none, would you please call the roll, Madam Clerk?
Commissioner O'Donnell?
Yes.
Commissioner Reynolds?
Yes.
Commissioner Simmons?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sophia?
Yes.
Commissioner Kotarski-Smith?
Yes.
Commissioner Lacoste?
Yes.
Commissioner Lance?
Yes.
Commissioner Morris?
Yes.
And Mayor Banky?
Yes.
Thank you.
Resolution 12 is approved. Next item on our agenda is Resolution 13.
A solicitation was issued October 7, 2024 for the 2025 Elm to Union Sanitary Sewer Rehabilitation Project. This project consists of rehabilitation of sanitary sewers by cured-in-place liner and rehabilitation of associated sanitary sewer structures to prevent infiltration due to high groundwater conditions. This resolution seeks acceptance of the lowest responsible bid for 2025 Elm to Union Sanitary Sewer Rehabilitation Project from Instituform Technologies USA, LLC, in an estimated amount of $369,218.47 with unit prices prevailing.
I move for the approval for Resolution 13.
Support.
It's been moved and supported to approve Resolution 13. Are there any questions by the commission? Steve, where is the high amount of water coming from?
All groundwater.
Wow.
Lots of infiltration.
Thank you very much. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Commissioner Reynolds?
Yes.
Commissioner Simmons?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sophia?
Yes.
Commissioner Kotarski-Smith?
Yes.
Commissioner Lacoste?
Yes.
Commissioner Lance?
Yes.
Commissioner Morris?
Yes.
Mayor Banky?
Yes.
And Commissioner O'Donnell?
Yes.
Thank you.
Resolution 13 has been approved. Next item on our agenda is Resolution 14. Madam Clerk, when you're ready.
Due to staffing changes in the city attorney's office, it is necessary to move offices on the second floor of City Hall. The city attorney's suite, located on the southeast corner of the second floor, will change locations with the purchasing suite, located on the northwest corner of the second floor. During the move, it will be possible to leave a suite at a time vacated while we make upgrades to the ceilings and lighting, identical to the upgrades on the first floor. This resolution seeks authorization regarding a contract for City Hall ceiling and lighting replacement with Cook Jackson Company in a not-to-exceed amount of $115,852.
I move for the approval for Resolution 14.
Support.
So moved and supported to approve Resolution 14. Are there any comments, questions, or clarifications needed by the commission? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Commissioner Simmons?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Sophia?
Yes.
Commissioner Kotarski-Smith?
Yes.
Commissioner Lacoste?
Yes.
Commissioner Lance?
Yes.
Commissioner Morris?
Yes.
Mayor Banky?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Donnell?
Yes.
And Commissioner Reynolds?
Yes.
Thank you.
Resolution 14 has been approved. Next item on our agenda is Resolution 15. Madam Clerk, when you're ready.
A solicitation was issued October 16, 2024 for park improvements. This project consists of improvements to Fell Park, McCray Park, and Post Park. Fell Park includes the pavilion, bathroom, and technology improvements. McCray Park includes pavilion and softball field improvements, and Post Park is general improvements. This resolution seeks acceptance of the lowest responsible bid for improvements to Fell Park, McCray Park, and Post Park project from Hunter Prell Company in a not to exceed amount of $334,035.55.
I move for the approval of Resolution 15.
Support.
Been moved and supported to approve Resolution 15. Are there any comments, questions, or clarifications needed by the Commission? Commissioner Simmons.
Yes, I want to speak to the issue of McCray Park, which is in Ward 4, and some of the neighbors in that Coburn School area have reached out to me recently for some problems with the park. The current pavilion is dilapidated. I understand there was some state money that was available that's going to go to this, so I'm glad to see that. Mentioned also the softball field improvements. We've had a gentleman here spoke a few times about the baseball diamond condition at Riverside Park as well. Hope we're still taking a look at that. I know there's an issue about moving equipment around. I hope we can make that happen too, if we can get grant money to help or something. But I'll support this. It's much needed improvements to a park that I think has been neglected for far too long.
Any other? Commissioner O'Donnell.
Thank you, Mayor. I also kind of want to echo Commissioner Smith's comments, but also for Feld Park. Feld Park used to be one of the jewels in Battle Creek at one time, and I used to take my kids there, and it got vandalized and beat up and totally forgotten, and you used to have some great community events out there. Two baseball fields, and both of them are gone, and I hope that we get that recreation going back out there, and thank you for getting some of the support and from the state also. So.
Thank you very much, Commissioner O'Donnell. Any other comments by the Commission? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Vice Mayor Sophia?
Yes.
Commissioner Kotarski-Smith?
Yes.
Commissioner Lacoste?
Yes.
Commissioner Lance?
Yes.
Commissioner Morris?
Yes.
Mayor Banky?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Donnell?
Yes.
Commissioner Reynolds?
Yes.
And Commissioner Simmons?
Yes.
Thank you.
Very good. Next item on our agenda is general public comment. If you wish to make general public comment regarding matters over which the City Commission has control, please raise your hand and wait for us to acknowledge you to come forward to the podium. You'll have 3 minutes to make your comment. Please state your name and address at the beginning of your comment. David, you're first.
Going back to the last comment I made, the last couple of years I've been disappointed in a lot of things and down through the years. I hope this new 2 years is starting off fresh tonight, and I hope to see some better things, but it's, I've been disappointed in elections, I've been disappointed in that, but I hope this next 2 years that things could go better. Thank you.
Thank you, David. Any other public comment at this time? Yes, Joe?
Good evening. Good to kind of tell a story here with a point. So, when an unpopular president completed his presidency, he wanted a special postage stamp issued with his picture on it. He stressed that it should be of an international quality. The stamps were duly released, and the former president was pleased. But within a couple of days of release of the stamp, he began hearing complaints that the stamp was not sticking properly, and he was furious. So he ordered an investigation into the matter. The investigator checked the problem out at several post offices and then reported to the former president. The results revealed that there was nothing wrong with the quality of the stamp. And the problem was that people were spitting on the wrong side. Point is this, is that you guys have a difficult job, and you're going to have a lot of people that are going to come up here, and they're going to probably, for the most part, complain. I will say this, I have to give credit where credit is due. Your vote on Resolution 11 was encouraging. And I'll tell you that this wasn't the only meeting that this happened at tonight. If you, when you get home, turn on Channel 3, go to the news that happened at 6. I was at the Emmett Township meeting tonight, and the same type of thing happened. The board kept one of their own accountable. I won't tell you what the results were, but I will say that it was encouraging. I'm hoping that the board continues in the process of how you're making decisions. Before I go, there's one more thing I want to say, two things. I would request that in regard to the $28.5 million that we did for the fire stations, I would hope that the board would consider somehow setting up a fund where you can put money up for future building maintenance or equipment maintenance. We don't want to have that type of thing happen again, where a future commission would be forced to make a decision like you guys were. The third thing, and I'll probably be sending you all an email, there is a petition out now in regard to a trustee at KCC. Name is Jonathan Bird. I'm sure that most of you know the controversy behind that. There is a petition out right now. I'm going to send it to each one of you. Look at it, sign it if you want to. I'm hoping that you do, because it is a very important issue to sexual assault survivors. So thank you. I appreciate your time.
Are there any other public comment this time? Yes, Autumn?
I too would like to say I am encouraged by Resolution 11, but disappointed about your vote on 14 and 15. $334,035.55 plus $115,852. You're talking at probably over $450,000 for non-essential services that could have went to the fire stations, especially the one on Cliff Street that is slated to, possibly not even, be closed. It's going to be closed, or we're not going to have a fire station on that side of the city. What I want the new commissioners, board, to stop doing and hopefully learn from your mistakes is you need to take care of essential services first. I mean, the word essential services, I mean, come on. A park, it's great, yes. We should have addressed it before the pavilions were dilapidated, where it might have only been a couple $1,000s instead of $330,000. You need to put the essential services first and these hobby horses second. Stop taking out loans for the essential services and stop prioritizing hobby horses, pet projects, personal things that make you feel good or look good or whatever. If we don't have fire stations and we don't have, first responders and stuff like that, it's not going to matter how cute our parks are or how nice our baseball diamonds are if the city's burning and we can't attend to it because we don't have the appropriate equipment or firehouses or whatever. Also, we continue to take out loans at high interest rates. It continues to be a burden on, the citizens. We just had an attorney that wanted $200 to pay your premiums. With the tax increase that was just passed on the ballot initiative, my property taxes are going to go up about $200 just to pay for that one ballot initiative. I'm not asking you guys to carve out a special exception for me and to pay that $200. I'm just asking you guys to be fiscally responsible and put your priorities first and deal with essential services. And if there's money left over and stuff like that, then deal with the pet projects and hobby horses. So, again, I want to thank you for voting down 11. That I do feel was the right thing to do, but I hope you guys will learn better, know better, do better on some of these hobby horses and pet projects. Thank you.
Are there any other public comments at this time? Yes, John?
John Kennefic, 234 South Avenue. Same thing as I'm targeting the citizens of Battle Creek and the 2 new commissioners. In 2016, the government, the city commission, passed a resolution on the budget of Binder Park Golf Course. It is supposed to be self-sufficient in the budget of what it costs. It's not supposed to be touching the public treasury. They transferred in $50,000 from the public treasury in 2016 to the Binder Park Golf Course. Between 2016 and 2017, with the approval of the city commission, the city government sold a property for a end profit of $172,000. In 2017, a year later, the budget came up. They applied the $172,000 to the Binder Park Golf Course. So how much did that cost, and where did the money come from? First of all, it was purchased and began purchased on a land contract in the early 1980s for $50,000. So guesstimation, there was a $112,000 profit, including after the interest was taken off. That citizens of Battle Creek got nothing, but that money was transferred back to the Binder Park Golf Course, which goes to show it was a failure, and the people that made the original payments on that property were the citizens of Battle Creek, which received nothing. This is why non-essential services get priorities. Now, you've come up here and you talked about the parks, and you're having trouble and it doesn't look very good. Well, if you weren't taking out loans in the first place, you wouldn't have this problem. Let me give you one other example of the Department of Public Works. I can't tell you what the loan was when they took it back out 20 years ago, but I can tell you in 2010 when the economy collapsed, the city government, with the approval of the city commission, did a refinance of that loan at a lower interest rate, which was a benefit not to the citizens of Battle Creek, but to the government. They kept the money while we still make the full payment on the Department of Public Works. And what they also left out in the agreement that they didn't tell anybody, there's what's called the maturity date on the loan. It came to an agreement also approved by the City Commission that if it was a 20 or 30 or 40-year loan, they were adding 4 years worth of payments to the lending agency. So all the money that was saved by the government and kept by the government that the citizens never received had 4 more years so the lending agency could make up all that money. And you wonder why you're not having problems paying for the fire department? The problem is right here. One final thing. I got to see Ben Shapiro on videotape or on the thing, and he said something really interesting about elected officials. He said there are bad elected officials. The object of the game is for them to make the right choices. Thank you.
Are there any other public comments? Seeing none, are there any commission comments? Commissioner Patrick O'Donnell.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to just say thank you to the citizens of Battle Creek for allowing me to do another term here as a commissioner. I do find this job sometimes challenging and rewarding all in the same moment. And just want to say thank you. And I want to give a shout out to the wonderful decorations we got out in front of the City Hall for the holiday season. They look great. So whoever did that, thank you so much. And we're coming up to Thanksgiving, and I just want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. And one more thing, if Commissioner Smith's out there watching maybe, a little bit of history. We're talking about parks, the third park, Post Park. And with baseball, we've had some Major League Baseball stars, as in Babe Ruth out there at one time. So I'm glad that that park's also going to be getting taken care of a little bit, so we can have our community gathering spaces where we can come together and enjoy what it's like to live in this wonderful city of Battle Creek. So thank you.
Commissioner Carla Reynolds.
Thank you, Mayor. I too want to thank the City of Battle Creek for allowing me 2 additional terms for the reelection of City Commissioner at Large. I also want to welcome the 2 new commissioners, Commissioner Kaczarski Smith and LaCrosse. Welcome. And I also want to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving as well.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Simmons.
Welcome to our new commissioners, and welcome back to my fellow commissioners, and congratulations, Madam Vice Mayor. I want to acknowledge that this is the last City Commission meeting that our city manager will be with us. She's retiring. I wish you all the best and a happy retirement.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure working with you.
Any other commission comments? Rebecca, I too, I know we spoke earlier this afternoon at your party, but I've worked with a lot of city managers over the years, and I just want to go on record that I have never seen an individual take a grasp of what it takes to run Battle Creek municipal government. Rebecca is very keen on budgetary issues, and we have our largest general fund balance than ever in the history of the city of Battle Creek, as far as I know. And I think it's attributed to her performance. We also see a lot of challenges that she first had that no longer are out there. The Battle Creek TIFA fought her every inch of the way on anything that she brought forth to the TIFA, and I commend her for working with the TIFA to change that strategy. It also took us to get rid of a couple of people that were on that committee that weren't being very effective to the city of Battle Creek. I've worked with 6 city managers through the years. I will go on record saying without a doubt, Rebecca has been the best city manager that I've worked with over my years. So I want to thank you very much for that, Rebecca. You will be missed by me a lot. It's been a very good relationship. You have had to tell me that I'm wrong a number of times, and I accepted that, but we moved on, and we worked for the betterment of our community. So on behalf of the citizens of the city of Battle Creek, I want to thank you for everything you do and everything your family has done in order to make it an effort to complete your job the way you have. So thank you very much.
Can I echo something too?
Yes, Commissioner Reynolds.
Thank you, Mayor. I'm going to miss you. You know that. I call you, text you whenever I want to, and you pick up and you respond. So I appreciate all the support, the guidance that you've given me on the commission, and you're a true friend. And I'm going to miss you, but we'll stay connected, though. Thank you.
Any other commission comments? Seeing none, we're going to adjourn our meeting. Thank you very much for attending, and please have a nice Thanksgiving.